She's like, I'm good. And you? Hello, this is Kitty. She's a purebred Mainecoon cat who's coming in for her oil change. The natural is what we call the full coated natural coat with a full belly shave. So she's gonna get one more add-on service in the back. The fall that goes down the back of her legs is going to be tapered back. We refer to that service as pretty panties or pretty pantaloons. All right, love. Now, I'm gonna get her nice and comfortable. I'm gonna start working on her Brazilian and then do a full belly shave on her. We'll put a happy hoodie on. She's a bigger cat, so we're gonna upgrade from the extra small happy hoodie to the small. It comes in 4 sizes. Have this bed on standby in case she needs it. So for her Brazilian, we're gonna start with the One Is All. I refer to that as the safety clipper. You get that on One Is All. Amazon. It's called One Is All. Not just any One Is All, but this one. Right? You'll have a cat on the box. You'll have a cat on the box. Okay, it's done. Now I have her bed on standby in case I need the bed to get under here. Do all of this. There we go. The full belly shave comes with the armpit shave as well. She's like, I'm leaving. Okay. Now, we just got to get into her inner groin area, right? See if she'll let me. Just going to tilt her body a little bit further that way. Tail out of the way. Kitty. Kitty. You're just about there. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Alright, ready? She's like, for what? This side. ready? She said, for what? Your bubble bath. She said, no, not really. Wham. Get that off. Alright, what's happening with your nails? Let's see. She's like, what was that? Just a twang. Just a twang on by. Alright, last one. Alright, let's do it. Let's do this. But this way. There. Good girl. Good girl. Alright, where's the black one? How you doing? She's like, I'm good. Alright, so we're just gonna turn her over there and get a hold of some of this warmed, heated groomer scoop. Work that through her coat. She's getting an oil change, so that's what that's for. She would be me. Oh, did I not introduce myself? My name's Sam. How rude of me. Yeah. Well, she costs a pretty penny. She was born and bred for a beautiful, natural, perfect temperament. I think she's a little Stepfordish, Stepford wife-ish, you know. You know, the blank stare and one note. She could be a professional poker player. Okay, now where should we begin? She's like, it don't matter. Let's get the water warm. water nice and warm. And gabapentin's been available for 20 years. You just ask your vet for it, right? If your cat's that way. It will literally, quite literally, block the fight or flight signal, right? But let's just all play make-believe and pretend like that hasn't existed for 20 years, right? How many years? I don't know what it is, but it's a conspiracy. Nobody wants you knowing exactly how to take care of your cat or how to, you know, so much has been withheld from you as a cat owner. It's disgusting, actually. Yipper. And guess who I blame for that? The vet industry. Yeah. Those little fuckers. Alright, you ready? She's like, for what? Oh, nothing. Let's get some bubbles going. There's Daryl, my #1 employee. His only job, he's got one job. Make bubbles. To make bubbles. Alright, ready, steady? Here we go. Might as well just get started on her face, her eyes. The color of her coat would disguise and hide any of that eye brown staining, so you can't actually see it, right? But it's there. Good girl. No, she was born, you cost money when you buy a cat from a good cattery. Nope, she's just perfect temperament, but she's a little bit Stepford, if you know what that means. With some breeding, they kind of like turn them all into little Stepford wives. And to me, she's a little bit too, a little bit too Stepford. You know, sweet cat though. She's like, why, thank you. Why don't you just talk to me like I'm not like sitting right here listening to everything you're saying? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, kitty. I'm sorry. She's like, shut it. I'm not talking to you. Sorry. Oh, you're not gonna let me? Wow. She is exactly what a cat would be like if you were to give them gabapentin, right? It's exactly what a cat would be like, right? When you give it correctly. But no, this is her natural temperament. I think the owner paid over $2,000 for her. Yeah. Wow. Wow. She's like, that feels good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's grab a glove. Most of the Mainecoon's coat is short on the top, short on the leg, so we're going to do some polishing. She's a one-note pony. Look at her. She should be in Vegas right now playing poker. You'd make a fortune because nobody can understand or read what you're thinking. She's like, didn't Lady Gaga sing a song about me? You mean Poker Face? Yeah. How's that go? No, that's Bad Romance. Anyways, all of that groomer scape is still on her back working. We're going to do all the whatnots first. The whatnots are all the extremities. Wow. Can I have it? She's like, have what? Your foot? She's like, is that good? No. Like this? No. Like this? Yeah. What you looking at? She's like, oh, I don't know. She's doing the math. She's doing all the math equations on all the ways to escape. If she were to escape, but she's not going to. But she's doing all the math. Are you leaving? She said, I was thinking about it. No. You look over there. We gotta get something for the cat so they can be entertained looking at a wall. I just don't know how to get a hold like a flat wall-mounted aquarium that's like this. I don't know, like fake, not real. That'd be something. Gotta be something. All right, here we go. All right, what did I just put in the cat's coat? Anybody know? I'm gonna start with these. These two. What are those? Anybody? You're like, it don't matter. Yeah, I guess not. She's She's like, that feels good. Mm-hmm. All right, give me your pretty panties. Come here. Let me see. There. Good girl. That way. That way. All right, ready? So what? A rinse. What are you looking at? There's nothing there. She's like, that's what you think. Alright, our coat is all squeaky clean. That means I was successful in changing out her oil. First wash after the degreaser is going to bring that coat back to pristine condition. Factory setting. Don't worry, Cash never stopped producing oil. She'll just go right on back to making it. Alright? When's the one time you should never wash a cat? Anyone know the answer to that? When it's an outdoor cat. When it's an outdoor cat, you never want to wash an outdoor cat. They need oil in their coat. Help repel the water off of them so they don't get hypothermia. Kind of important, and to keep their scent, right? Scent is really big in the outdoor kingdom. Right? And let's just pretend gabapentin hasn't been available for 20 years now. It literally blocks the fight or flight in cats. You just ask your vet for it. He is a she, and she is born and bred for perfect temperament. She's a little two-step furtish, if you know what I mean. For my own personal. She's like, there you go again. Talking about me like I'm not just sitting right here in front of you, bitch. Sorry. 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 I didn't mean it. She's like, yeah, sure. You're doing it all the time. Every time I come here, you do it. Sorry. Alright, let's start utilizing that Beats brush. That's going to help to untangle, pull out any dead undercoat. Or you can just go to a good breeder who breeds for perfect temperament. And that will ensure that you get a good temperament cat, right? And you don't have to hope, you just pay for it, right? You just pay for it. Like a little designer baby. She's like, there you go again. Talking about shit about me like I'm not just sitting right in front of your face there, lady. Sorry. She's like, I'm not a piece of property. Well, actually, technically, in the eyes of the law, you are. She's like, that's bullshit. Yeah, I know. I know. You're a little different from a woodshed, right? Yeah. If it bleeds, it has rights. Yep. Yep. Yepper. Kitty, say hi to your peeps. She's like, whatever. No, really, they're talking about you. She's like, you guys can just go suck it. Stop talking about me. Kitty, I'm not saying anything bad. They're complimenting you. Oh, well, that's different. Tell me more. Kitty. Kitty is a one-note cat. Like I said, she's a little two-step fetish. But if you were to give a cat GABA, that's exactly the way they would be. The way she is naturally is how... Yeah. Yeah. Well, Mainecoons love anything warm, so... Yep. Do your job, bitch. So that they can, yep, to ensure that the cat's home and the owners of possibly small children get a perfect temperament cat for the safety of their children, right? That would be one reason you would go to a breeder, right? That's the beauty of America. You have options and you have choices. There's not only one way, bitch. Right? So you can take your narrative and go somewhere else. Good Luffy. Good Luffy. Probably because they're cat dogs, right? They're a combo. They're part cat, part dog. You do realize they used to be the same species, right? Feline, canine. Many, many years ago. And then they split off, right? But the Mainecoon is the closest to being dog-like. Can we get your rinse out there, sweetie? She's like, well, what do you want me to do about it? I don't know. Lift your butt up. You mean get your butt up? She said, what do you mean? Like that. There you go. You know it takes just as long to rinse the cat as it does to wash them. You want to like just half-ass rinse your cat, you go right ahead. One, you're not getting paid for the service. Two, you get to pay the vet bills when your cat just starts scratching at themselves incessantly, right? You did it. You did it. There we go. We gotta do this one more time, little one. She's like, no. Well, there's a technique for that. Yeah, and I'm gonna do it right now. There you go. Cat won't let you rinse their head. A little hand tail. There we go. That'll hold the head up. Allow you to rinse that off. There we go. That's called a technique, people. You did it. Get it. Alright. Here we go. She's like, burrito time? Yepper. Burrito. Here we go. Oh, ew. Oh, ew. Oh my god. She's so heavy. Dope. Well, she winked at you. Alright, right this way. Right this way. She's like, where are we going? Just over here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Warm that up, get that nice and warm. Put on this little space heater. There we go. We're about to change out this one towel wrap. After about a minute, I just change it to a new dry towel. Yeah, 2 towels. For a long haired cat, yeah. Ready, steady, here we go. She's like, that feels good. I know. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Alright, out you go. There we go. Alright, next one. There we go. Up. Did it. There. Burrito time. She's like, yay. She's just so thrilled about it. That's what I mean by poker face. She's one note. Poker face Katie. She should be playing cards in Vegas right now. She'll never know what she's thinking. She didn't show her cards. Maybe a little bit. Her ears. That's about it. Then what we're probably going to do is just do a set it and forget it technique with her coat while it's still wet. And then just have her sit in there for about 15 minutes. Yeah. At this point, the cat will usually be going into a dryer box and it would be getting blasted. 1, most people don't have a dryer box. 2, most people don't have a velocity dryer, right? So, I'm going to show you the grooming at home technique, right? If you were mindful about not letting the tangles build up in your cat's coat during the bath by utilizing the Beats brush and trying to put a comb through that coat, a wide tooth comb, if you were minding the coat while the coat was being washed, then you can do this set it and forget it technique, right? Otherwise, it's not recommended. Better off just getting a hold of a Salon dryer, which is only $80, which is all you would need power-wise for a velocity dryer. Get a hold of a couple of happy hoodies to help with sound. That's really the design of this in the pet industry, is to help protect the ears. Alright. She's all nice and comfy. She's like, yeah. She's gonna settled right in front of that space heater. I'm going to do a light mist of that pink Paw Pal grooming spray. And then we're going to do the set it and forget it technique. She's already got her full belly shaved. So all of that coat underneath is gone. Why having the cat dried in that box is an option. Otherwise, she'd be going in a different drying option. Alright. Yeah. Good girl. Good girl. Like, I feel good. Not to know that I would not. So good. So good. Bum, 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 ba-dum. With the Salon dryer, you'd be skipping all of this. And you'd be letting the air do all of the brushing and combing out for you, right? Why I recommend that you get a hold of a Salon dryer if you are going to be washing the long hair cat at home, right? And some hot hoodies. Probably. They do all kinds of things with creative cat and dog grooming. I've seen little poodles getting their hair curled, waves put in, that little battery operated hair curler. I've seen that. Believe it or not. And they take this special glue and they glue like little diamonds and gems on their ears and stuff. I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't know about that. Because it's small enough for it to fall off the ear, go into the food, and the cat swallow it. But I guess, I don't know. Go through the other side, I guess, I don't know. Good, and you? 77 Icky, how are you? Don't be so hard on yourself. Alright. Meow. Alright, we'll let her sit in there for a little bit. I gotta turn it off. Otherwise, she's probably not gonna want to go in it. Bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum, bum. Good girl. She's like, you mean in here? Yeah. Remember, folks, you're dealing with a highly intelligent being. It's not just a cat. One of the highest intelligent, evolved species on this planet. And the stupid human wants to say it's just a cat. You're just an idiot. Alright, so I did the whole set it and forget it with the piano comb. This is a really cute comb. I get it from Groomer Supply House. The link is in the link attached to this account, themainlion.live. It's called the piano. It comes in 2 sizes. This is the 6.5. Piano S is what it's called. It's the smaller version by Chris Christensen, the number 13. That you get on a different website. So, anyway, combing is for cats, brushing is for dogs. If you are using a brush on your cat, that's fine, but just don't forget to follow up with a comb, because brushing tends to go over any kind of mats that are forming, and a comb takes no prisoners. A comb will ensure that everything is going through and no knots and tangles are building up, right? Anywho, and then just stay off of your fluffy tail. If your cat has a really fluffy tail, just stay away from it with any kind of slicker brush or small tooth comb like this. You need a wide tooth comb or like a pin brush, because I would say 80% of that tail is fluff, undercoat. And if you're not careful, you're going to take all that undercoat out, and you're going to be left with a very, very sparse tail over time. And you're going to be wondering what the hell happened to your cat's tail. Yeah, that's Kitty. Give you a close up. There she is. Can you see her? We got Junior's piranha. We got a piranha that just swam in. The school is out for these junior piranhas, right? School is out. They got nothing better to do with their lives right now. Maybe some after-school activities. Your dad doesn't take you fishing? No? She's going to be in there for about 15 minutes, and then we're going to take her out and just give her a quick fluff over, and then do a final comb out. Oh, and then she's got one little add-on called Pretty Panties. We're going to taper back the pantaloons on the back of her legs. I usually use a pair of chunkers. Right? If she were a dog, it'd be called a poop trail. A little bit more than a poop trail. So, anywho, give her a few more minutes. Usually use the dryer box for about 15, which is the perfect time for me to do Q&A, right? Because now I can look at the screen, as well as the way it works is if you follow the account, any comment you make goes through the speaker headset, right, that I'm wearing, and then I can hear what you're saying, because I don't have the luxury of staring at a screen, because I'm grooming cats live, right? So if you were to subscribe to the channel, which is free, any comment you make goes through this headset and you can talk to me. If you are not subscribing and you comment and I do not reply, it's because I don't know you're saying anything. That does not make me ignorant or rude. That means you don't know what the hell is going on and how to navigate around this page is what that means, right? It is a warming box, nice and warm with airflow, designed to dry the cat. It does have a built-in barometer sensor in it, so like if it senses that the cat is almost dry and there's not a whole lot of moisture in the air, it drops the temperature down and just starts circulating more of like a little bit higher than a room temperature, right? So anywho, but it is expensive, but it works to my advantage, because I use that box all the time. Like if someone were to come to the door, in there they go. It's perfect for line cuts afterwards. I don't rely on it to dry a full coated cat. The instructions that that box comes with is an hour and 15 minutes to dry your long hair cat. I'm like, no, the appointment takes 90 minutes. Every cat is different, Gigi, right? My job is to make sure that every cat, no matter what sensitivities they have or what fight or flight issues they have, that they'll all be able to be groomed at low stress levels. And if they come in and they're at high stress levels, the first step is to look for what techniques are going to work for that cat. 75% of the time, you can find the techniques that are going to work to help keep the cat calm. But 1 out of 4 times, about 25% of cat clients, no matter how many techniques you know, no matter how good you are, but that cat needs help with their fight or flight, whether it's for panic or aggression, which is what fight or flight means. And so the owner gets the GABA from their vet, and the owner pre-treats prior to coming in for the grooming, because it takes 2 hours to work, right? Yeah, she's a very, very high quality Mainecoon. I think the owner paid over $2,000 for her. Now there are Mainecoons that you can find at rescues, right? I guess it's the cardinal sin to be advocating for purebred temperament cats. Well, here, I used to work at a Mainecoon cattery, and it's not what you think, right? You think these catteries are dripping with money? Some are, if they're a factory. But most of the times, breeders, it's a work of love. They are the gatekeepers to protect and keep the bloodline of that purebred breed, right? If there weren't quality breeders out there, all of the cats would start to blend into all kinds of different things, right? So it's a matter of protecting the species, right? They're the gatekeepers, the ones that are truly in it for the love of that breed, right? And you can tell quality breeders, they're usually the ones that are going to the cat shows to show in front of judges their quality breeding, the quality of the cat's temperament, and for that the breeders get rewarded with like ribbons, and then those ribbons go up in the household, and depending on how many ribbons I guess you have and how many times you've won, you can jack up the price of your litter, because it reflects the amount of, and it takes a lot of money to go to those shows. So it's costing those breeders a lot of money to keep in really high standings in the industry. So it's not what you think it is, right? And in some cases, like, she can't hear me now, so I can say this. In some cases, the breeder takes it one step too far and makes their offspring a little bit Stepfordish, like a little Stepford wife. That was the case with the Mainecoon cattery I was with. Every single one of the cats was like a clone of the other. They all had the exact same temperament, like they were all little Stepford children, right? So you can take the breeding, in my opinion, one step too far. I like to see cats who are born and bred well and for good temperament, but also have a spunk to them and also have a really cute personality, right? I love Mainecoons. I'm partial to Mainecoons. My dream cat would probably be a big purebred, her brother, Zuri. He's almost 30 pounds and he's pure white. And I also like the petite Persian princesses, you know, the ones that are only like 6-7 pounds. Yeah. those are two of my favorites. Yeah, so whenever the cat's in the dryer box, I guess I'll do a Q&A. That way I can, you know, spend time talking. Because most of the time this is going to be a live running commentary of me grooming the cat. I will still be able to hear you in the comment section when you subscribe, and it goes through this earpiece, right? That's how that works. Get it? Capiche? Alright. We'll get out of there in just a little bit. I was just warming up the Salon dryer. It usually only takes about a minute. One of the best grooming tools to have for your long hair cat, right? One of the best little tools to have. It's called a Salon. It's only 80 bucks. That's a pink one. It comes in pink or blue. There's a lot of copies of that Salon dryer, and you'll see a price tag of like over $200-300, but the actual original Salon on Amazon, it's only 80 bucks. I don't say how often, because you just lumped an entire species into one box. They're all different. There's short-haired cats, there's long-haired cats. There's too many variables to how much oil that cat's coat is producing. Is the owner doing any grooming or maintenance at home? There's so many factors at play. I can share with you how often I groomed my Himalayan in full coat. He was washed and blown out every 6 to 8 weeks. And then my British short hair, I would wash and blow out because of the shedding. It's the best de-shedding tool to wash and blow out a short hair cat, right? It promotes the coat to let go, right? And you just gather it all up during the bathing and the drying. And he was washed, I don't know, every 8 weeks. get her out of there, where we're going to just fluff her out with the Feline dryer. I'm going to show you a trick on how to transition your cat's drying if they get spooky from the velocity dryer. You have to do a baby step. The do-it-yourself stand dryer. You got to do that first, get them used to that, and then layer over top of that the sound of the Feline dryer. It's a technique, right? Waka waka. She's like, I'm good. I don't need to come out. What do you mean? We're gonna get you nice and blown out and dry. She's like, no, I'm good. Good girl. Good girl. Wow. Alright, let's close that door off. Alright. Now, first step. Get some happy hoodies on your cat's head. I'm going to do the small, because she's a big cat. So the extra small would be a little too small for her. And we're going to do one large. I guess I'll do a triple. I'll do 3. And then I'm going to turn on the do-it-yourself stand dryer, get her used to that, and then I'm going to show you how to layer in the sound of the Feline dryer. You just keep that on. Don't turn it off and then turn the Feline dryer on. You need to layer in the sound of the Feline dryer on top of this. So let's start with this. Alright, so she's gotten used to that, the sound, the feeling, the temperature, right? We're going to layer the sound of the Feline on top of this, and then blow her out. We're going to start with the Feline dryer without the attachment, just by itself, right? And then we're going to get her used to that and then put that on. So these are all baby steps leading up to you being able to fully blow your cat out with a velocity variable speed dryer. go in and do her pretty panties, you usually use a pair of chunkers. Here, I'll show you what that looks like. Wow. It's two steps. One step is to see where her back hair falls from the tail, right? This is a special request by the owner. I guess she's a messy pooper, right? So that's the first step. And then the second step is to take it, all of that fall. I usually scoop under the two legs. Use like a 3-finger scruff to grab a hold of something. Be fur, be the skin, it doesn't matter. And then that gives you 2 fingers to hold the tail out of place. And then you gotta fluff out the panties. That's what we call this service, pretty panties. And then you just fluff it up. And you just start carving into that coat. Same as sculpting poodle fur, right? Okay. Here we go. Alright, so that's one side done. I don't know if you can see it. There, the difference between that side and that side. Okay. And this is just a regrowth from the last time she had this done. So this, all of this fur would be a whole lot longer right now if she didn't have this service request. Flip that tail to the other side so we don't start taking off chunks of it. Okay. That's the worst, when you start taking off chunks of someone's tail. You did it. She's like, I did? What did I do? You got your pretty panties. Alright. Now, last step, her head. It's a little damp. So, turn this on. Alrighty. You did it, little one. She's like, I did what I do. You got your bath. You got your belly shave. You got your pretty panties. You got your little perfume. She's like, where's my brother? No, he didn't come this time. He's like, thank God. He's such a brat. Grooming. She's like, it's Kitty. Alright. Alrighty then. Alright, there you have it. Ain't she glorious? Alright, one long hair shampoo package. I'm going to put it back in her cat carrier. Little Miss Poker Face. Yeah, Little Miss Poker Face. Green eyes. Green eyes. The green-eyed lady. And tail. Alright, there you have it. Say goodbye. Say bye, Kitty. Bye-bye, that way. She's like, I want to go back in the box. How about we put you back in your cat carrier? She's like, yeah. Or you can chillax. Cats love the little space heaters. If you have a Mainecoon cat, just get a space heater. If you can't afford one, go to the Goodwill. They're usually brand new and in a box. Because people get them thinking they're going to save electric bill, and it makes it higher. And so they pack it up and get rid of it. So these Honeywell is a really good brand. Park a little space heater in front of a Mainecoon cat and they'll just go into la la land. It's a very breed specific technique for Mainecoons, but I do use heat obviously for all cats, but for Mainecoons in particular, I call them lizard cats for a reason, because once they get around heat or anything warm, they turn into that alligator that goes catatonic in the sun, right? That's the way that a lot of Mainecoons are. That's why I call them lizard cats. Anyway, all the best. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.